Hello once again. Welcome to Teacher V channel. This session we are going to talk about MOVs for teachers 1 to 3 of school year 2020-2021. With this, to have it easier for us to remember, here are some of the key points. So, the MOVs for teachers 1 to 3 for this school year has 11 priority indicators and one objective as a plus factor. So, there are 7 observable objectives. And to be specific, objectives 1, 5, and 7 require means of verification from a classroom observation. This is on the need of COT1 and COT2 as an MOV. There are only 2 observations being required for the entire school year. And the schedules are 1 COT for January to March and another COT for April to May. So that gives us the 2 observations. For objectives 2, 3, and 4, this requires supplementary materials as MOV. And then objective 6 require evidence that show feedback to learners. For objectives 1 to 8, there are only 2 MOVs being required. For the non-classroom observable objectives, 4 sila. It starts with objective 8, which is identified for its quality. Objective 9, 10, and 11 are identified for the quality and efficiency, and objective 12 is the plus factor. To help us understand more about each objective, let's have it one by one. So let's start with CRA number 1. CRA number 1 is the content, knowledge, and pedagogy. Under this falls objectives 1, 2, and 3. So let's start with objective number 1. So here, objective number 1 is applied knowledge of content within and across curriculum teaching area. Our means of verification is the COT, the rating sheet or the Enter-Observer Agreement Form. Pag sinabi dito kasi na COT yung kailangan, COT talaga yung magiging MOV natin. Hindi pwede bang ito na lang? Naka-specify siya dyan na COT. So, kailangan talaga natin ang class observation. So, malinaw po yun. Hindi naman yun tayo mahihirapan kasi we are used to have our lesson. So, magde-demo tayo. And then, we just need to consider na sa lesson plan natin, the milk that we will be using should be aligned to the given task that we are having in our lesson. So, consider lang natin yung alignment, tapos be confident and have mastery in delivering the lesson. Yun na, papasok na tayo sa medyo mataas-taas na grado. So, i-refer din naman natin yung paggagrado sa atin ng ating mga observer using the what we call tool, no? Yung RPMS tool para doon nila kukunin kung paano, anong uri or ilan ang ibibigay na score para sa atin. Poor, which is 1 and unsatisfactory, 2 satisfactory, 3 very satisfactory, 4 and outstanding, 5. Makikita lahat yung performance indicator na yan doon sa ating RPMS tool. So with that, let's proceed to objective 2, 3, and 4. Itong objective 2, 3, and 4 ay may parehong set ng what we call this, MOVs. So, kung titingnan natin doon sa ating tool, maganda kasi kapag meron kang kopya ng tool natin sa RPMS, you yourself will be guided on ano talagang ita-target mo. Dapat kasi pag nag-target tayo, pag nagde-demo tayo, target natin is outstanding para kung may hirapan, medyo may mali-mali o kaya hindi maganda yung naging daloy ng lesson mo, ay at least hindi ka naman siguro bababa sa 1 na score. Kumbaga, kung pag-usapan natin sa barkadahan, sasabihin natin, if you want to shoot a star, you better hit the moon. Kasi pag di mo na hit yung moon, sa star ka talaga makakatuhog. So, yun, no? So, with that, our objective 2, 3, and 4, pareho lang yan that requires 2 MOVs. Bawat isa niyan. Hindi 2 lang para sa kanilang lahat, no? So, 2 MOVs is required for each of this. So, number 2, ensure the positive use of ICT to facilitate teaching and learning process. 2 MOV para dito. Mamimili ka lang dito sa supplementary materials. For number 3, applied a range of teaching strategies to develop critical and creative thinking as well as other higher order thinking skills. Ito naman, you are going to have MOV from the list of the supplementary materials. And for number 4, establish a learner-centered culture by using teaching strategies that respond to their linguistic, cultural, socio-economic, and religious backgrounds. Mamimili ka dito kung anong pwede mong isupport as your MOV. So what are the supplementary materials for number 4, 2, 3, and 4? We have activity sheets, 1 lesson plan from a locally crafted learning module, lesson plan, o yung example dyan, DLP, DLL, WHLP, WLP, the WLL, or the lesson exemplars, and the likes, video lesson, the audio lesson, and other learning materials in print or digital format. Specify lang and then provide annotations. So, hindi ibig sabihin 2 lang ilalagay mo, 2, 3, and 4 na yun, no? Bawat isang objective dyan ay lalagyan mo ng 2 MOVs. Klaro po yun. That is a footnote of the RPMS tool for teachers 1, 2, 3 that says, for this objective, 2 MOVs are required for the entire school year. So let's now proceed with objective number 5. Objective number 5 is planned and delivered teaching strategies that are responsive to the special educational needs of the learners in difficult circumstances, including geographic isolation, chronic illness, displacement due to armed conflict, urban resettlement or disasters, child abuse, and child labor practices. So, ang ating MOV for this is the COT rating sheet or enter observer agreement form. Proceeding to objective 6 is the use of strategies for providing timely, accurate, and constructive feedback to improve learner performance. Still, this needs 2 MOVs. So, the evidences that highlights providing accurate and constructive feedback to improve learners' performance that shows timeliness of feedback given to any of the following. So, pwede dyan yung activity sheets, performance tasks, portfolio, quiz or test, and the self-learning modules itself. Next is CRA number 3. Ito yung curriculum planning. Under this are objectives 7 to 8. So, objective 7, selected, developed, organize, and use appropriate teaching and learning resources, including ICT to address learning goals. The MOV for this is the COT rating sheet and the Observer Agreement Form. So, let's have number 8 objective. This is to set achievable and appropriate learning outcomes that are aligned with the learning competencies. Ito na yung lesson plan, TLP, DLL, WHLP, WLP, the WLL, or lesson exemplars. So, with achievable and appropriate learning outcomes that are aligned with the competencies as shown in the following. Pwede siya lecture discussion, activity sheets, performance tasks, and the rubric for assessing performance using criteria that appropriately describe the target output. Ito, dalawa pa rin ang kailangan natin dito na MOV. Try to focus on this area that says, balik tayo, number 8, that says, one lesson plan, or one lesson from a self-learning module prepared by the ratee with achievable and prepared yun nung module na siya talaga ang gumawa. Pag di, then at least you as teacher, meron ka talagang lesson plan na ginawa para sa demonstration mo. So, yun na yung nag-demo ka dito, you get, for number 7, nag-demo ka, you get your COT rating sheet or Observer Agreement Form. Tapos, nung mag-demo ka, and you are with your lesson plan. So, syempre, magagamit mo na yung lesson plan mo for MOB para sa number 8 na objectives. Tapos, lagyan mo pa nitong performance task o kaya rubric na ginamit and then activity sheets. Ayan, swak na yan. Hindi ka na mamumroblema pa dyan. Kaluha magina siya. You have COT, you have lesson plan, you have activity sheets, you have performance task, and the rubric. So, let's now proceed to number 9. Number 9 is under craft 4, community linkages and professional engagement and personal growth and professional development. Ito yung para sa ating mga sarili. This is objectives 9 to 12. So, starting with objective 9, ang sabi dito, build relationships with parents, guardians, and the wider school community to facilitate involvement in the educative process. So, anong mga pruweba para dito? Kailangan natin dito ay 4. Nangangailangan tayo ng 4 na mga MOVs para masupport yung number 9. So, with that, we have proof of participation in any activity for improved access to education, such as, but not limited to, the following activities. Such as, not limited, So, we have distribution of learning materials to learners. Meron tayo nito. Ito yung tinatawag nating distribution log ng ating mga module. And then, this is used as the form to monitor during the distribution of the learning materials. So, parang resibo na rin ito na natanggap nila at naibalik yung mga module na ginamit ng mga bata natin for the whole year. So, hindi naman lahat yun ilalagay mo. At least meron kang from one parent. Yun na. Sana yung proof ng participation. So, with that, Brigada Eskwela, example nito, yung commitment form to stakeholders, the development advocacy materials, the certificate of participation that involves parents or stakeholders engagement signed by the school head. Ayan, yung mga pruweba patungkol sa Brigada Eskwela. And then, the home visitation. We have the home visitation form and then agreement form and then the home visitation log, yun. Kasi, yung home visitation natin ay ginagawa natin mostly for the learners who are at risk, the learners who lag, yun. Kaya tayo gumagawa ng visitation para malaman natin kung ano yung status ng bata doon sa kanilang bahay at paano natin siya matulungan with regards to his not mastered skills. So, for other things that you think na pwede nating magiging MOV as proof of participation in any activity to improve access to education, kailangan lang nating specify at mag-provide ng annotations. So, another thing na pwede natin gamiting MOV is the parent-teacher log or proof of other stakeholders meeting, one-on-one parent-teacher learner conference. Yun. Pwede yun. Attendance sheet with minutes of online or face-to-face meeting. Then, the proof of involvement in the learner parents orientation. Yun, nag-orient tayo. So, any form, for number 3, MOV, any form of communication to parent stakeholders. Notice of meeting, screenshots of chat, text, and messages, or communication with parents, guardian. Meron naka-note dito na name or any identifier remove. So, we can also have the digital printed copy of the learner enrollment survey form signed by the ICT coordinator or focal person and the school head. For number 10, objective, participated in professional networks to share knowledge and to enhance practice. 4 na MOV ang kailangan natin. So, kailangan natin yung certificate of completion in a course or training, certificate of participation in a webinar, retooling, upskilling, and other training seminars, workshop with proof of implementation, so na-implement natin siya. Then, we have certificate of recognition, speakerships in a webinar, retooling, upskilling, and other seminar workshops. Then, any proof of participation to a benchmarking activity. And we have also any proof of participation in school LAC sessions, online or face-to-face, certified by the LAC coordinator and others. So, kailangan yung mga yan as MOV for number 10. For number 11, objective, we have developed a personal improvement plan based on reflection of one's practice and ongoing professional learning. So, ito na yung sinasabi ko na you need to make your ESAT, you need to make your manual SAT, then from it, we can make our IPCRF development plan. So, anong yung main MOV natin dito is the individual performance and commitment review form or development plan. So, ito. So, for the supporting MOV, kailangan natin yung reflection of one's practice during on-LAC sessions with proof of attendance. So, reflection sheets, reflection notes, the coaching and mentoring and the media review, and then personal notes, journal on division or school-led inset with proof of attendance, certificate of enrollment, registration forms, class cards in graduate or postgraduate school. Kato na kapag enroll, magagamit yung inyong mga registration enrollment form or kaya class card. Then, any learning material highlighting the improvement done based on the complete reflection section. Others that you think might be useful for this objective can be used when agreed by your authorized person, like your principal and your MTs, and then you're just going to specify and provide annotations. Let's now proceed to plus factor, which is objective number 12. Perform various related work activities that contribute to the teaching learning process. Our proof for this are the following. We have committee involvement. Okay, so we have advisorship of co-curricular activities, involvement as module learning material writer, involvement as module learning material validator, participation in the regional office or school division office or school-initiated TV or radio-based instruction, book or journal authorship, contributorship, coordinatorship, chairpersonship, and then coaching and mentoring learners in competitions na medyo hindi tayo nahirapan tayo nito for this school year. Pero kung titingnan natin, ang dami namang nakalista, 4 lang naman ang kailangan natin na require tayo. So we have also mentoring pre-service teachers, participation in demonstration teaching, and then participation as research presenter in a forum or conference, then others na pwedeng gamitin, specify lang, and then provide annotations. Yung lahat na yun, those are the 12 objectives that needs MOVs for this school year for teachers 1 to 3. So, as the summary, para madali na naman nating isipin kung ano-ano yun, for CRA 1, CRA 2, and CRA 3, that involves objectives 1 to 8. And then, ang minimeasure natin dyan ay yung quality, no? Excluding number 6, kasi objective 6, talks about having it, the consideration for the timeliness. Tapos, what's common among objectives 1 to 8 ay nagre-require sila ng dalawang MOVs. No? And then, we have dalawang MOVs or kaya classroom observations and then supplementary materials, nagdadalawa lang. For numbers 9 to 10 and 11, 12 na mga objective, 4 na mga MOVs ang kinakailangan. So, we have asterisk for CRA 4 and 5, objective 9, 10, 11, and 12. Sabi dito, expected number of MOV to merit an outstanding in efficiency ay 4. Magiging efficient ka pag nakuha mo yun. 4 lang lahat. So, with that, ito yung summary natin about the whole thing that talks about the MOVs for teachers 1 to 3 of school year 2020-2021. Our reference, ayan, galing sa DMPHROT 2020-0010, issued last January 11, 2021. Thank you once again, and this is Teacher V telling you to embrace what is changing.